Hi, Divine Rebels, Bohemia with Bohemian Stars and Ocean Heart Readings here. And today we're going to do a video that is a video reply to the channel Mary J. I believe at the beginning she says her name is Gemma, but she says it fast, it's hard for me to catch. I'm so sorry, love, if that is not the name that you're going by, but I know it's not Mary J that you say at the beginning of your video. Kind of like when I call myself Heey, and then people are like, but wait, what's your name? Is it Kiki? Is it Heey? Is it Bohemian? It's Bohemia. My nicknames are Heey and Hemia, and we Kiki, which is we joke around, we talk around, shoot the breeze, okay? Just to clear that up. But a video reply, so what video replies are is back in the day in the tarot community, if we liked a subject that somebody brought up in their video, we would acknowledge them and honor them by, when we picked up that same subject, that same style, whatever it was, we would put video reply to so and so. And so that's not going on anymore, right? And I always say how it's sad that even in the drama community and the beauty community, like, people will give each other credit and shout each other out when they pick up the same idea, and if they don't, it's a big deal. And yet here we have all these supposedly spiritual people in the tarot community who just are, it's not everybody, but a lot of people can be very conniving and just stealing everyone's ideas, stealing people's thumbnails, their styles, their everything, like just everything. And it is, you know, it feels like a charlatan kind of vibe, right? So I want to bring back the video reply to remind everyone how you do it in the old school, okay? If we like each other's content or video, stop pretending that, oh, a subscriber told me to do it. No, they didn't. No, they didn't, okay? You saw that idea from so-and-so that posted it, and half an hour later you had a video out saying, oh, you were randomly inspired, and then later saying that a subscriber told you to do it. And basically you saw their video, it was doing well, it was a poppin' idea, and so now you're going and doing it. I've done that many times, right? And I Google, so like I did the tea video, I did the ghostwriting or ghosting video, and I would Google, or not Google, sorry, YouTube search if anyone had done those ideas. So if you're going to go and use somebody's ideas, shout them out. That's, I mean, it's not that difficult. Shout them out. You know, everybody's watching people's channel, ghost watching, trying to go and steal ideas, information, insights, reading styles. It's ridiculous. All right, so we're gonna put some respect on it. We're gonna support each other as readers. I love shouting people out, and I actually have had to make myself not do it as much, because I've shouted out people who ended up not being decent and just like being very competitive and just not good behind the scenes, and we found that out, right? So I'm like, man, I wish I could just support more people without having to worry about that. So I'm going to put some love on it. We're going to shout out Mary J. I love her videos, I love her style. She's a South African reader, so yes, represent, sis. And I love this content that she put out. I love all her content. I've had very accurate readings, but she did a style that was, how did they feel the last time they saw you? And I said, oh, that's fresh right there. So I said, let's do a video reply, shouting out Mary J, sending my subscribers over there to watch the Mary J channel and show some love, you know, get the count up, get the love flowing. And I've shared a video from that channel on here as well. But yeah, I thought, well, let me try my hand, my own style at that subject, because I think that's fly. And I told y'all that I wanted to, you know, put more bridges in the community and do the video reply. So that's what that means. I'm gonna hashtag tarot video reply, tarot VR. Please, other readers, pick that up. And this doesn't mean, I mean, I have too many ideas that I can do, but I'm making a point to do this because, you know, we gotta show the kids how to do it. And it's not the kids, it's mostly the older adults that know better, that be doing all that scandalo, okay? So other readers, pick it up. Even if you have a lot of you know, a lot on your roster, a lot of ideas of your own, try that. If you like someone's idea, if you like my video ideas, I have no problem with you redoing them. Just do a shout out and do hashtag tarot, you know, VR to Bohemian Stars and Ocean Heart Readings, or to Bohemia. People will know, right? You have to link my channel. So that's what you do. You shout the person out in the video, you tell how you were inspired when you saw their content, you put it out there, hashtag video reply, you put it on the thumbnail, video reply to, and in the title video reply to, and in your description box or in your pinned comment, you drop the link to their video. Okay, simple, and it's fun. We keep the love going around. We get to try new things. We get to see how different readers read the same subject without it having to be laced with scandalism. Scandalism. Yeah, I said it on my Lizzo. Now, for those of you who are subscribers to different channels, do not take an idea from one reader and go tell another reader to do it as if it's just your idea you're offering them without shouting out who you got it from. All right, try not to do that. So what you do is, if you're like, oh, this is a unique idea, so Bohemia just did a potluck video, this is how she does it, don't take that information over to some other channel and say, hey, you should do a reading this style and do this way and this that, and you should call it this, and then try to give them that. And what you need to do is say, hey, check out this video, this is what Bohemia just did. I would be so cool if you tried a video the same style, you know, do a video reply, shout the reader out. All right, so that's how you do it. If you want to, if you're inspired and you would love to see another reader do a similar content, you know, make sure that you challenge them to put the respect on it, that you tell the source so everyone in the comments knows where it came from, and that those kind of things. All right, so that's where we're at on this. Please go check out Mary J channel, and I will link it specifically because there are a few channels that have different variations of Mary J in their title. This is just Mary J. All right, and I'm going to get into it here. So these are our options. We're going to do some dice divination today. How did they feel the last time they saw you? So we're going to do what opened up in them, what might have closed in them, things you need to know, advice, and was it amorous feelings that they were feeling. Okay, and then we'll do some dice divination on both sides of how you felt. Now, one of these options only has one dice because a few of my dice were run off with baby magic, but we'll flip that twice for both sides of the situation. Okay, so we have 8 options because these are shorter reads, and we have number 1 has snake eyes with 2 red dice on top. Number 2 has 2 green dice, a 2 and a 4. Number 3 has a red dice with a 1, a white dice with a 4. Number 4 has a green dice with 4. Number 5 has a red dice with a 2 and a green dice with a 6. And these, you know, this is just on top in case numbers matter to you. You can just have a little insight how to pick it. Number 6. Yes, 6 is red with 1 and a white dice with a 4. Oh, that happened twice. Ain't that strange? Number 7 is a green dice with a 3 and a white dice with a 3. And number 8 is a white dice with a 1 and a white dice with a 6. So those are the options. I'm gonna have to pull them all over here somehow to the side so we can get into this reading and see how did they feel the last time that they saw you. And yes, you can do it for your different boos. We got a lot of options. Or, you know, if you see them one time, you can come and check, and then if you saw them again, you can come and check. I think this were both 3s. Okay, I'm trying not to move the dice on top so I remember when I come back around. You can skip ahead to your option if you want, because it's going to take me a little second, but I just chat around, and like I said, a lot of people like that. Okay, almost there. Not, don't mess these up, especially with these heart-shaped cards. Oh, I'm getting hungry, y'all. It's early in the morning. It's like 5:30 right now, a.m. I'll probably take a break, eat something, snatch something up, and then go live. But y'all won't know this because this will probably come out in the afternoon. All right. For those of you that chose number 1 with the double 1, so we have 1, 1, 1, the snake eyes red dice. Ooh. I don't know if snake eyes save lives. Okay, here we go. They could be Year of the Snake that comes up a lot on this channel. We have the 4 of Pentacles reversed for what opened up for them. So when they saw you the last time, they felt like they needed to let their walls down. They needed to find a way to let you in, because look at like this 4 of Pentacles. She's way too big for that door, right, on her Alice in Wonderland. But they were like, dang, I need to find a way to let you in. I need to find a way to let my defenses down. What closed up in them was the 8 of Cups. So they had been more reversed. So they had been more feeling like, okay, I'm done, the situation's over. Actually, I want to reverse how I'm laying these out. Okay, they had felt like, okay, I'm done, the situation's over, whatever, Scrooge, hard as ice, can't mess with me. And then all of a sudden You walk in, okay, maybe you had the snake eyes, okay, some Scorpio eyes, some Scorpio moon eyes on them, okay, some Pisces eyes on them, and all of a sudden they're like, oh shoot, I ain't over it. Right? It's not over on their daughtry tip, getting all dramatic. We can have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We can have Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo so far. We could also have Gemini. Did they have amorous feelings? Five of Swords. They felt more like they just were going to stop fighting. It wasn't going straight to romance. It was just like, oh shit, like, why am I fighting? Why am I always talking shit? Why am I always causing a problem? Why did I block this person or cut this person off or whatever it was? We have Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini, so we're getting all the elements here. Is the feeling. Maybe they're like, man, why have I been so defensive? Like, what was the point of that? So it wasn't straight going to like love, romantic feelings. It was just trying to figure out, for some of you, this was a friend that you're asking about. It was trying to figure out, like, analyze, like, how did we get here? Like, you're just, it was more like almost feeling like you're a stranger. Like, they want to open back up. They don't want to walk away after all. And just like, how did we become like feeling like we're over here in Mortal Kombat and like, what the hell? We have the thing that you need to know. We have betrayal reverse from the problem suit. So I think now they feel like they know that you didn't betray them. Maybe they just carry that energy where they've been betrayed by so many other people that they feel like their guard is super up with you and they're just kind of like tough on you for no reason. Or, you know, for some of you, you did have some real beef or some situations that happened and now they're just kind of over it, or it's telling you to get over it. There could have been the thought of a third party situation, or there could have actually been one, but the advice is now that that is gone, that's over and done with. And I feel like they stopped talking to the person. That was their feelings. It's like wanting to say, okay, I'm not talking to that person anymore. Like, I'm not connecting with them. And this card here with the advice, I feel like they just felt a little bit kind of like sad and like disappointed that all of that miscommunication had occurred. Okay, the advice says, don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. And that looks like that's what happened, is that there was just a lot of misunderstanding. There could have been somebody who initially was shady, or there was a lot of other people involved and they didn't do the best, make the best decisions with the social groups going on, or with other people trying to get in the relationship. And now they're just like, why did we even let that happen? Or why did I let that happen? I should have just had my guard down and been more trusting and given the relationship more time to develop. So they're just trying to deal with feelings of guilt and betrayal, and like, I should have communicated. They could feel like they kind of betrayed themselves a little bit because they didn't give the relationship an honest chance, or they haven't been so far, if this is a newer connection. And yeah, some of you are like, what? This is just a crush. They're feeling all that. But it's this feeling of, it just reminds me, I keep seeing those high school scenes, you know, in like the high school movies, where there's like two people who like each other from different social groups and their friends keep pulling them away and they keep listening to the friends instead of having the guts to like talk to each other. So there's this feeling of like disagreement or static, or yeah, like betrayal, or like that kind of feeling. But then when they see each other and they actually catch each other's eye, there's kind of like this sadness, like, why do we even have the separation between us? Why do we even have this space between us? Like, instead of closing down, I should be moving towards you and connecting. So that is how they felt the last time that they saw you. I think they're trying to, you know, not place blame or guilt anymore, and just working through that and trying to figure out how they truly feel so that they can be more authentic and not feel like they're just gonna give you an answer or something that they can't live up to, if that's happened in the past, where like maybe you wanted to know, how do you really feel, kind of thing, and they didn't know. So let's roll the dice. You have 1 and 1. You both seem to be in your separate spheres and your separate energy. It's like there was kind of like this atmosphere bubble around each of you, and you couldn't really connect, right? Couldn't really get close to each other. So let's see how you were feeling and operating. We had the 6. You were feeling like you wanted a relationship. You were feeling maybe some even butterflies, romance, connection, relationship. Let's see how they were feeling. Yeah, they were just really in their own world and just kind of, I don't think they were fully processing. They were just trying to process like what was happening, what had happened, and all their individual feelings. I don't feel like they were fully like coming towards you in romance or let's be besties or something like that, but they were feeling like trying to go through the process of taking down things that had inherently been pushing you guys away from each other. But they weren't really feeling like they were going to make a forward move necessarily, all the way emotionally or anything. Okay, so that's what I see for you, number ones. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll talk to you on another one. Let's see. Okay, I have to find out what to do with these because I don't want these all up in the view. Okay, for those of you that chose number 2, you had the 2 and the 4. How did they feel about you the last time they saw you? So what opened up in them? We have the Knave of Pentacles. They might have felt like they wanted to give you a gift. I feel like, or maybe for some of you, they had like your sweater or something of that nature. But I feel like some of them, they wanted to show you like some improvement, some achievement that they had gotten. Maybe that they were making a little money, that they could even floss and pay their part at dinner now if you guys were to go out to eat. There could have been for some of you that they wanted to talk about you had have a child by this time, or they could have had a child by this time. That would be for a few. But I think they just wanted to, yeah, it's like they had something else they wanted to give you, but they felt like things happened too quickly before they could bring it up. And so they weren't really able to do so because that door was seemingly already closed, or it seemed like it was past the time to do so. There is the energy of Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. What closed down in them, if anything? Their fantasies, their fantasy doors. So they might have like this idea of your guys' relationship in their head, or have this idea of how you feel about them or something in their head. And so when they connect with you, it's like, oh, realistic, like, oh, you're this whole other person, like this door. I have to get to know you, I have to get to connect with you more. Or, you know, it's not just like nebulous, like in the dream time or something where I can just waltz in and we're just floating in our feelings, or you're not just the fantasy version of me that I see, or of yourself that I see, exactly, of me, my version of you. Did they have amorous feelings? We have the 10 of Swords. So for some of you, you're gonna already know that the feelings were gone, like reality hit, and it's like, okay, like this isn't gonna work. For some of you, I feel like they just felt they felt like when they saw you, they felt like you're out of my league kind of vibe. Like, okay, it doesn't matter how many rings I would offer to give you or what I would make. They're over here feeling a little bit like the fool. Like they have these little gesture clothes kind of on, and they're over here trying to get in this big rich house with this big old heavy door trimmed in gold, and they're just like, yeah, it was just kind of devastating. Like, why did I even think that this connection was a good idea, or that it would work, or that they would want my offer in the first place? Like, I just feel like a fool right now, shipwrecked. Okay, you had them wrecked. Okay, sick to the stomach for some of them. The other ones, you would know when the energy was cut off because you would just feel it. Let's see, something you should know: self-consciousness reversed from the problem suit. So they're trying to come out of feeling so self-conscious. I feel like some of them might have decided not to do this connection because you make them feel so self-conscious. Like they can't breathe when you're around. They just feel so clumsy. They feel like a dork. They feel like, yeah, like in their minds, they're like this big dragon bringing in all these treasure and gifts, and like, you know, saving this damsel in distress and all this kind of energy. And then when you come around, they just feel like a scrub. They just feel like, yeah, like I just thinking like a dork, like a dunce. And they don't like that. So, you know, sometimes when someone makes us feel some kind of way, we try to cut them off. You know, we don't want to feel that way. So the advice, you have this energy with the tree and her connecting in a more natural way. It says, close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. So that sounds like some advice for them. They might feel like they need to gear up to have the confidence to talk to you, because maybe they don't feel this way around everyone else. Maybe they feel like a dreamboat to everyone else, but when it comes to you, like, here they go. They just feel so, oh, they just feel like they would rather just like, ugh, kill me now, is the energy. Like they would rather just not feel this way. They could have a lot of fire in their chart. I know fire signs hate being, you know, someone getting in their feelings in certain ways if they feel disempowered, but they also could have a lot of kind of mercurial controlling aspects like Gemini or Virgo, or they could have the Capricorn or Taurus. Okay, and Capricorn does not like someone making them feel their feels, and Scorpio as well. So they probably have a mix of those kind of charts, signs in their chart where they feel like where they feel like they just need to get control of themselves, okay? And they feel a little subconscious. They could have some Libra, Gemini, Leo in their chart as well, okay? Or their sun or moon in places where they care about their public, okay? They care about how they're seen, and so they don't like feeling like they're looking like a fool. Okay, a 4 and a 2. So you're searching for stability in this relationship, in this connection. Let's see how you were feeling, what was going on with you. A 6 again. That was the same for the first one. You were feeling romantic. You were feeling amorous. You were feeling like, could we be partners? Should this work out? And how were they feeling? A 5. They were feeling weird. They were feeling like a weirdo. They were feeling like, man, I'm so genius in my head. I can stun everybody. I can get whatever I want, but I am just like a square peg in a round hole right now. Like, I can't remember how to walk. I can't remember how to talk. This is ridiculous. I should just jump into that trash can right there and just hide. Like, I'm just seeing, it's so funny doing these readings. I'm seeing all these high school scenes, like Lizzie McGuire. Like, this person felt like a goofy Lizzie McGuire, like when she just falls over and falls into a trash can or something. They're just like, hide me now, please. Okay. That was the vibe this person felt the last time that they saw you. So they were kind of thinking more about their weirdness and just like, I can never do this again. What is a crush? What is a connection? Like, oh, forget about it. So that is how they felt, number 2. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll talk to you again on another one. All right, number 3s, you had the white 4 and the red 1. How did they feel the last time they saw you? So what opened up in them? Ooh, child, heartbreak opened up in them. Look, she is in this rocker, and she is stabbing up some pins to this little doll puppet of somebody. So it opened up some heartbreak in them, some anger, some vengeance, some intensity. They were not feeling in a good way when they saw you. I don't know what your past history is. They might feel like you heartbreak them. They might feel like you're the heartbreaker and that you just play them like a puppet, like a fool, but they were not feeling that, okay? They were feeling it too much. There was like, ouch, ouch, it hurts to see you. What closed down in them? The 3 of Wands. So if they had been open and like kikiing and like talking to everybody, or thinking that they want to talk to you, they might have even asked to meet you. When they saw you, they were like, fuck this, I can't, ouch, like this hurts, I can't do this, like, no. Did they have amorous feelings? 2 of Swords. It's like you wouldn't call them amorous. Like they were just trying to pause and not feel anything, just feel numb. Like their intention was to not overly have how funny, Mary J, you just uploaded a video right now. Yeah, so they were trying not to have a ton of emotions or feelings and just not feel anything and just be diplomatic, but inside, like they were feeling rejected, they were feeling heartbroken, they were feeling a little pissed off about it. And so it's not exactly amorous, guys. What should you know? Fear of inadequacy from the problem suit. Okay, they feel like, for some of you it's because they feel like you play with their heart. All right, cue Backstreet Boys, I think it is, quit playing games with my heart. They feel like you just are up here like, okay, just a few more steps, like you're training, like how it is with the dog, like you dog walk them or something, right? You just make them feel like you have this promise of energy, like there would be a connection, but nothing ever comes of it. And they're just like, why do I do this to myself? Why do I keep thinking that we can connect? Like, I'm done with trying to jump through hoops, climb these stairs, you know, send all these signals in. Like they just closed down, like I'm not going to send out these signals anymore. And then we have the advice, if we have this dove coming in. It's kind of like waving the white flag. It says, you may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. So maybe you're like, don't understand why this can't work out. They don't understand why this can't work out, but something about the energy and the things that have happened, there could have been some betrayal and things that happened. Maybe you were with somebody else when they saw you and they were like, are you kidding me? Like, I thought we had an open connection that we were working on, but then you were with somebody else, or something. So that maybe that was a misunderstanding. You might be like, that was my cousin, oh my god, oh my god. But for them, they felt like, you know, heartbroken. They felt like it was sabotage to your connection. And yeah, they're just trying to, they have to find the happiness or the silver lining in the situation. All right, so let's see how you felt when you saw them. 1, you were, yeah, so you might have had that energy where you were just on your own stuff. You were like, no, I'm single, I do what I want. you know, this is my life over here until you show me all of this work, and until you come and get me basically and win my heart. Like, I don't owe you acting like I'm not, you know, trying to see or talk to other people. How they felt additionally was the 6. So this is reverse. It's the first one that is reversed. They had more feelings. They had more like, okay, are we supposed to be a couple? Are we supposed to be in a relationship or not? Like, they were more wanting to go that way, but then they instantly were like seeing that wasn't happening or feeling that the energy wasn't there. And so they were like shut down. Okay. So that's how they felt the last time that they saw you. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you thought of the quick read video, and I'll talk to you again on another one. For those of you that chose number 4, you have 1 green dice number 4. We'll flip it twice. Let's see, how did they feel the last time they saw you? Okay, we have the 8 of Pentacles. She always reminds me of Rose McGowan when she had shaved her hair. Or they, it could be androgynous or non-binary person. This person felt like, I don't know, they kind of felt like a badass. They felt ready to put in work. They felt like they wanted you to notice the changes in them, the differences in them. I feel like for some of you, this person has changed themselves to get your attention. They've tried to become more your style. Some of you are fire sign, like an Aries, Leo, Sag, and maybe they're like an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, and they just wanted to get your attention. They could have literally had new tattoos, new piercings, new clothing style, new haircut or something, and they just wanted to kind of show you like, look, I can be like you a little bit. And maybe it's like a slow change, like it's taken forever, but they're trying to show you in small ways that they hoped you noticed that they could kind of be like you. At the same time, some of them were focused on their job. You might have run into them at their work, or maybe you guys worked together, and so they were more they noticed you, but at the same time they had a job to do, so they had to continue on with their job, and maybe they had to treat you kind of like a customer, and so they were trying to stay focused and do a good job on what they were doing. You could have also seen them at school. Maybe they're trying not to be distracted, but at the same time they did notice like what you were wearing, what you were doing, and I think they felt that you might have been looking at them, but maybe they couldn't really confirm, for those of you that didn't actually speak. What they tried to shut down or close down when you came, the Knight of Pentacles, which is work. So they wanted to come and just chat with you, say hello, holla. They wanted to open up more to you, but they were like, no, be professional, remember your training. They definitely could also have Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, so that can go either way, but they try to be like, look professional, you know, look alive. Maybe one of you is the other's manager or boss or something, or mentor, or I don't know. But they had the vibe that they wanted to just be like, screw this schoolwork, oh my god, I just saw you, are you kidding me, this is freaking awesome, this is freaking awesome. But they were like, okay, I have to pay attention, I have to pay attention. Did they feel romantic feelings? They felt a little left out in the cold with the 5 of Pentacles. So much earth energy. They're like, damn, it's chilly in here. So I feel like for a lot of you, you didn't actually communicate, or you had to go into like professional jargon, and then it was like, well, damn, like I can't even get you to break code a little bit. But at the same time, they might not have done it either. They wanted to. They might have felt like they gave you a little wink and a nod, but they might not have actually really showed you romantic, amorous feelings. They might have thought they did. Maybe they have Mars in Virgo. It's Virgo season right now. Sun, Moon, or no, Sun, Mercury, Venus, and Mars are all in Virgo. Uranus is in Taurus. Okay, Pluto and Saturn are in Capricorn. There's so much earth in the sky, so people are more if you're watching this in current time when I am releasing it, people are more geared to sticking to what they're supposed to do in certain ways, because we're all trying to get our job done and feeling like, okay, stay to task, stay to task. So they did feel like, man, it's cold in here. Must be misconnections in the atmosphere. Oh. Okay, advice that you should know: infidelity from the problem suit. Okay, one or more of you could be, one or more in this 2-person connection, could be in a relationship already. So they could have seen that as well, that there's already a marriage or a long-term partnership, or just someone who's booed up already going on. So they're saying be aware of that. This person could have have someone else. So one of you can end up feeling rejected in this situation because, or someone could have shut down because of that responsibility to the other person in partnership that they have. Maybe you're like met at the grocery store, but you didn't know they buying milk for boo back home. Okay. So the advice says passion, a magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. What? Tarot. And we do have one dice. Maybe you're supposed to enjoy that alone, or maybe you're supposed to. Yes, so maybe it is to consider if you're using your current partner, or some of you have a current partner and you're looking at the connection with this person. There could be the vibe, either you're using this other person to triangulate attention you're not getting from your current partner, or you're kind of using your current partner when your real love lies with this other person. They could also have a similar experience where, you know, you're the one that got away, but they are with somebody else at this moment. Okay, so you both have the ability to make each other feel like you've missed out, like you're being rejected, and it could be because one or both of you are in another relationship. But the advice is passion, to check in with your passions. Who is it that you really want to be with? And if you want to be with this person, then maybe going ahead and making a move. Okay, so let's see what you felt like. 5. So you felt like you wanted this person to that's so funny because I'm reshooting this part because it got messed up, and this is the same number you guys got. So you guys were feeling like, hey, like, look at me, I'm different, I'm changed. Are you catching my new vibe? Like, I want to communicate, I want to holla. Maybe you wanted to come out from feeling rejected from this person and like solve the distance between you guys and show that you were open to communication. And yeah, just like you were open to with the green here with the heart chakra communication, like, you know, you can holler at me if you want, or hey, I'm trying to talk to you, I'm trying to give you eye contact, I'm trying to serve you something new, something fresh. Okay, how were they feeling when they saw you? Number 2, so they were open for partnership. If they have a current partner, they were thinking of that current partner and like, okay, loyalties, I have to, I'm hearing Show Me Where Your Love Lies by Khalil, or Khalid, not Khalil. But yeah, they were thinking of partnership. So whether that was partnership with you and what you guys used to have, partnership with their current partner, if they are already in a committed relationship, or, you know, dating someone or whatever. But they were thinking about all those dynamics of, you know, twos, basically, what it would be like to be with you, what it was like to be with you, what it's like to be with this person they're with, and what is required of them responsibility wise. Virgo season playing with me. Okay, you know, Neptune, my ruler as a Pisces, is retrograde, and it is, you know, standing off to Mercury in Virgo, Venus, Mars, Sun in Virgo. But hey, we ain't gonna blame it. We're just gonna say that could be why. There's also Moon and Jupiter conjunct, square both those things. So hey, it is what it is. So that's what I'm seeing for y'all. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and let me know how it resonated. And I'll talk to you again on another one. Yes. All right. So for those of you that chose number 5 with the red 2 and the green 6, how did they feel the last time they saw you? What was the reaction? Okay, so what doors were open in them once they connected with you? They could have thought about becoming unblocked. Like, what door was open? It's a blocked door. This is the 3 of Pentacles. So where we're trying to make a connection, we're trying to make a door, but perhaps that had been blocked when it comes to social media or your mutual friends. Like maybe you guys had a breakup and your mutual friend shut them down, your family unfriended them, stuff like that. So when they saw you, what they were thinking is that maybe it was time to loosen up on that. Or if you have blocked them, they were thinking like they wanted to see how they could make a new way to contact you. They're like, shoot, maybe we can talk on WhatsApp. They might understand for some reason. For some of you, this is kind of like a side person or someone where you guys aren't ready for your relationship to be public. So they were kind of opening up to the idea of something clandestine, or they were opening up to the idea of letting it be low key. Maybe, you know, you guys had a big deal about this relationship needs to be public, it needs to be serious. And it could also be, maybe for some of you, this could have even been like an ex-fiance or something of that nature, and they were getting open to the idea of not having to have like an ultimatum, not having to have everything set in stone. Here's the partnership, here's the child, here's the house, you know, all that kind of stuff. They're getting open to just trying to see where it goes without having to control it. They could have Capricorn energy, or you could too. Oh, definitely. The next card, what doors did they close? We have the Devil. And this one, I love it. This is the doorways, the 78 doors tarot, and they're literally, the doorway is like a portal, conjuring up this spirit. Okay, so they closed down the energy of obsession. They probably were like, no, I'm not gonna obsess, I'm gonna respect. For some of you, the door they opened is respecting that you don't want them all over your social media, and they're like, okay, I'm not gonna get obsessive, I'm not gonna sit here and ask you who you sleeping with, who's that person, you know, that kind of thing. Like, I'm not gonna freak out, I'm not gonna be like, oh, like for some of you, I feel like you saw them maybe in a bar or something, or partying, and they're like, okay, I'm gonna close down this feeling to go and be like, you've had too many drinks, what are you drinking, all this kind of stuff. So they're trying to get out of that like controlling, possessive, aggressive, your mind. They're trying to get out of that feeling of just wanting to throw you against the wall and get her done. Okay, they were just like, control all those passions, and they're trying to get over any bad karma or bad blood that you guys had between you. They're like, okay, we need to close the door on that. So did they have any amorous feelings? Were these feelings, you know, romantic? We have the Hermit. So I think they're accepting that you guys are single people. You're not together. For some of you, I'm hearing you're not together yet. You are individual people. They could be somebody who they've, maybe you guys have tried to connect and you've messaged each other. You've seen each other through social media, or mutual friends have tried to set you up. And they're like, okay, I'm not trying to get too caught up. I'm not trying to have a fling that goes awry and we're obsessed about each other. I'm not trying to have, you know, any karmic energy. You guys could have some karmic energy to work out, and they might sense that because they're pretty wise. So they're kind of, they kind of feel like they're gonna think about it before they would even let themselves have romantic or amorous feelings. They could have Mercury or Moon, or a lot of placements in Virgo, or in Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or even Capricorn. The signs that basically when you ask them how they feel, they think about how they feel, and you're like, no, that's not a feeling, that's a thought. Like, how do you actually feel? And they're like, well, I think I feel. No, how do you feel? Well, I think I'm supposed to feel. Like, no, how do you feel? How do you really feel? You know, so it's that kind of vibe with them. But overall, they had a very solitary energy. They were trying to like wisely just assess the situation, make sure they didn't get on their bullshit. All right, that's how they felt. Things that you should know. We have Delight reverse with Luck. So for some reason, this is not a lighthearted connection with you guys. It's something that's so intense, maybe because of this karmic energy, and maybe because you guys could have intense like Saturn or Pluto contacts in your astrology. So there's this just this tendency to get very obsessive, possessive, teach each other lessons the hard way, like dang. And so the thing that you need to know is that it's not always going to be a delightful experience. Or if you're like if you're thinking about going back to somebody because you're like, oh, they have some wisdom on them now, it looks better, you know, I can see they're trying not to do their old habits, it's like it might not be the merry-go-round happy-go-lucky ride you think it would be. And if you are thinking about getting with somebody new, it really has the feeling of like when your friends set you up with someone that they're like, okay, you need to get laid, we're gonna set you up with someone, you know, and you're like, okay, they're mature, they got it together, this and that. But then at the end of the day, it's like, this ain't the get lucky you think it would be. All right, so what is the advice? We have this one with this passionate heart here. Let's see what it says. Transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. You know what tarot, I'm sick of you. Honestly, truly, what are you doing to me? We're on the stage. Everybody can hear this. All right, so what this is letting me know, if some of you are stubborn as hell and you're gonna go for it anyway, that's what it's telling me. Aries, Scorpio. All right, who else? Sagittarius. They're like, oh, did you say not to? Did I hear don't do that? Well, actually, there could be Capricorn, like I said. Virgos do like to do what they're not supposed to do on the slide, especially, did you say fix it upper? Did you say impossible to fix? So there, write me a check for that transportation to get there. You could have planets in Pisces, especially Venus or Mars in Pisces. Okay, all you have to do is say this person's unattainable, they're at their lowest vibration, and they have every addiction habit in the universe. And Pisces is like, oh my god, I love them so much, I see the light. Okay, or you could have some Aquarius, you just like to be a rebel, you don't care, you don't care. So yes, this is saying, all right, if you're gonna do this, it's gonna take some transformation, the power of the Phoenix, all right, the power of the Holy Ghost or something, because you are gonna have to bring in Pluto and Saturn to clear out this shit and get it going in a good way. It also lets me know that if you're thinking this would be a little fling, it's letting you know, like I said, it's not some little light rough and tumble. It's not going to be like, okay, I had XX. No, that's not what it's going to be like. It's going to be a whole to do, and it's not going to be just a hit it and quit it situation. Some of you are like, oh good, I want them back. It's not like a cutesy I want you back. It's like a damn, I got caught up again. This is quicksand. Don't make any quick moves. It's kind of like that. All right, so overall, yes, love can do whatever it wants. Some people are like, love can do anything, your astrology doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. Yes, love can do anything, but it's just you're gonna have to put in work. All right, so anyways, that's what I'm seeing for you guys for that part. Let's look at your dice. How were you feeling when you saw this connection with this person? You have the 6. You were feeling amorous, you were feeling seen, you were feeling cute, you were feeling like feelings. Okay, your heart chakra was open. You were like, ooh, relationship, situationship, what are we doing? How were they feeling? Ooh, bounce back with a 1. Okay, they might have thought about feeling another way, then they ricocheted and were like, nah, we single. No, we single. Dodge those feelings so fast. That was basically the feeling swerve. Dabbed on the feelings. Okay, and then they invented a new dance move on the feelings. Okay, they might put root chakra in concerns ahead of romantic feelings. So you're like, oh wow, they got their own house, they got their own gym, all this. Yeah, they do, because they put that first. Okay, they put themselves first. You're like, oh, they're so fit, they're so sexy. Yeah, because they get theirs. Okay. So that's how they were feeling when they saw you. Again, please let me know how you like this short little sassy read. Like, share, subscribe, and comment, and let me know what's good. I'll talk to you again on another one. For those of you that chose number, I have to count backwards, 876 instead of 369, 876. For those of you that chose number 6, ooh, you knew what was on your dice. I just cupped them in my hand, but whatever was on them, the red and the white. All right, how did this person feel last time they saw you? What door opened up within them? The Queen of Pentacles. But look at the y'all, look at those little sneaky little guys back there. Look at them. Some of you said, some of them said jackpot, cha-ching. They heard money. They're like, ooh, you walk like money. You look good. Oh, your business picking up? Tell me more. Oh, you started banking. You did the bank black. You did the bank decolonize. You did the online bank. Tell me more. What else? You know, oh, you got some new Louis Vuitton. Show me more. All right, for some of you, the door they opened was like, oh, you could be a sugar person to me. Shortcut friend. Come here, best friend. Come look at this. Best friend, look. They got money now. We could both get something. Do you want to go on that trip, best friend? I want to go on that trip. Let me go holler. Okay, so watch out. It's the most. It's the most. But look at them. Look at them being a little greedy, little sneaky. Okay. All right, what door closed in them? The King of Cups. The King of Cups closed. And what's so interesting, because this is like this merman from this fountain in this lake, but back there's a door. You know what that reminds me of, especially with this? You know, on Lord of the Rings, when they try to go the underpass and the dwarf, oh shoot, what's it called, the dwarf land. I just almost got my nerd card revoked, y'all. You know what I'm talking about. And the little cracking things in the water and tries to get them, and then they end up running into the dwarf place and trying to get all the riches. This person's greedy. They turned off their feelings like a faucet, and they said gold. They turned into a little leprechaun. Some of you were like, don't say that, that movie scares me. They did. What? Some of them, they felt short when they saw you. I know you laughing, but some of them did. Yeah, it's like maybe you guys I don't know what it is. I think maybe you just look real good, and you just look like an opportunity to them. For some of them, you look like a warm, cozy meal with a couch, you know, you look like, and this is no disrespect to you, it's just they scheming. They're onto something. And they might have online or something put on this vibe like, oh yes, so sensitive, so sensitive. They could be a scheming ass Pisces. All right, I don't like when Pisces scheming ass. We don't need to do all that. Scorpio, Cancer, okay, they could have their planets. They could be someone who has, I dated someone that had earth signs like Virgo and Taurus, but in like the 4th house and the 12th house. And then with a little Gemini, they'd just be trying to scheme, acting all sensitive, but then just trying to get, you know, you to pay everything for them. Okay, that's, yeah. Something's off with that. How were they feeling? Were they feeling amorous? Page of Swords? No, they were scoping out the scene. They were trying to spy and see what they could get. They was going to report back and tell all the news about you. So they, maybe you guys had like an arranged date. Maybe they knew where you were going to be. Like some of you, like, because this queen's really set up, I feel like some of you might have thought it was a chance by run-in, but they knew where you were going to be. And they were like, oh, on social media, they got a new car. We never had a car when we were together, but they got this 2020 car. Okay, you know, take the bus to come check you out. No shame to the bus. I don't like to drive. I don't ever get a car. I just like Uber and stuff. But anyways, but you know what I'm saying. We got to keep the comedy going. But no, for real, some of you, they really have this feeling. Okay, they really have this feeling. They weren't thinking pretty much anything they were thinking or feeling. They said. And if they didn't say anything, then they were just scoping out the land of what opportunity. They're very opportunistic is the way their energy is coming off. So it was either like, what can they get from that body, or what can they get from that money? Probably a little bit of both. Yeah. Okay. What should you know about the situation? Grace. See how they're both observing the tree? I feel like you are more graceful than they are. You think that, oh, look at these beautiful opportunities, like I don't mind sharing those to others. And you need to know that this is not the way the person sees things. This is a person, maybe in some ways they're a good person, but they turned off that loving soulmate King of Cups when they saw what they can get from you. Some people are like that. I don't know why, but if they feel like they can get too much too easily, they see it as easily, they will scam and take advantage. And this person has that vibe. And if you're like, this really doesn't sound like them, then just pick another one, because I'm not trying to say that about anyone who's not that way, but this person really comes off like, oh, they're so good. They could be on that, you know, there's fuck boys, but then there's like the sad boys or the woke boy shit. Those are gender neutral terms where they pretend to be so woke and so sensitive, and then all of a sudden you're like, where's all my money? Why is this house like it's yours? Like, how are you living off me? What do you mean you're dating 3 other people? Because you're exploring your spiritual, you know, connection of your out-of-body experience, blah, right? And I pay for you to go back to college. What happened? This person can be like that, where they're like, oh, it feels so graceful. Yes, here's a spiritual experience. Yes, of course, I don't mind sharing what I have and my assets and all this. And then all of a sudden, psh, that was all the mermaid came out the water for. All right, so the advice here, look, there's you by the water, and see something under there snacking around. Okay, let's see. Surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out. So there is the need to let this person go, is what it's saying. All right, and we always have snake energy up in these readings. Okay, it's a little snake trying to come back. All right, but watch out, because they're trying to bite and they're going to go for your stability. So let's see more about how you were feeling when you saw this person. 3. So you were feeling like, okay, I can be social, you know, I have a door open to being social with you, but at the same time, you might have been social to try to figure out what their bullshit was. You're like, I kind of feel like you're talking to multiple people. Maybe you guys both seem to kind of been doing this thing where you were talking to each other and gonna go report back to your friends, or like back to your diary or something about your observations. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm gonna talk to you because it's gonna be fun to tell my friends that I saw you today or whatever. you might have been open to communicating a little bit, or wanted to see about getting back on their social media, or just in contact in some limited way. Some of you had to communicate with them because of a third party, like a child or something of that nature. Maybe you had to talk to them about a family or a mutual friend, or it was just like, you know, there was other people around and it was a social event, so you try to keep it nice. But some of you had some simmering either passions or simmering anger underneath, which I guess is also a passion. Okay, more about how they were feeling when you had this connection. 2. So they were thinking like, oh, I could partner here. But with the rest of the cards, it was more like, you know, when someone wants to be a power couple, but they want you to do all the work and they just like latch on. It was kind of that vibe. So they were thinking like, oh yeah, okay, maybe maybe I mistook myself. Maybe I could, you know, have a live-in situation. Maybe I could join together with you, kind of vibe. And so they wanted to kind of go back to the drawing board on their ideas, and it just feels schemes. It feels very schemy, y'all. All right, so that's what I got for your quick read here. Please let me know what you think. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll talk to you again on another one. All right, we are down to the wire. We have 7 and 8 left. For number 7, you had the double 3s here with the green and the white. How did this person feel the last time they saw you? We have strength reversed as the door they opened. So they might have finally decided to show a different side of themselves. Like for some of you, this person came back with swagger and you were like, whoa, you used to be shy. Or like they might have come back with a different side of their personality you didn't see before at that time when you last saw them. Or they could have thought that you did, like, wow, like, you know, sometimes when you break up with somebody, then this whole other side of you comes out, and they're just like, they saw you and they were just like taking that in, that something that maybe you used to been self-conscious about, you weren't self-conscious about anymore. Or they could have thought that you were a particular way, but then they saw you as like really letting your hair down. They really saw you as not coddling them, and they kind of felt like, okay, I don't have to coddle you anymore. So for some of you, I'm getting this vibe like maybe you guys went to school. There definitely could be some Leos here. Maybe you went to school with this person, and you could be like a Libra or a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and they could feel like they used to have to be more sensitive with you and put on a bit more kick gloves, but this time when they saw you, they got to open up a little more and kind of flex on you a little bit, and they didn't have to be like that because you had some of these other strengths and stuff come out, and you weren't so like shy and timid. What were doors that they closed? We have the 6 of Cups. So they could have really shut down about the past and been like, I don't want you to ask me about the past, either energetically or just, you know, they could have let you know. They could have also really kept off the record anything about children. Maybe you're like, I had a kid since then, they didn't say anything, they didn't react. Or maybe they didn't really talk. If you guys are co-parenting, they didn't really talk about your own child. Or for some of you, they have children or they work with children and they just didn't bring it up. They didn't really play that card, and they just, for some of you, they just don't know how to talk about that situation, or without being disrespectful, like they don't want to bring up your kid, and now you're this fierce. That's what it is. Some of you have had a child since they saw you, and you have that fierce parent bear energy, right? And that lion, don't mess with my lion cub. And so they don't know if they should even bring it up, if they should even ask or anything like that, because they just didn't want to open up a can of worms. Some of them, they just, maybe for some reason it's easier for them to pretend you don't have a child. But yeah, for some of you, it's just the past. Maybe they didn't want to ask about your past, who you've been dating. Cue Mario Winans, remember that song? I don't want to know if you're creeping. Okay, we're gonna stop it there because monetization. But yes, so were they having romantic, amorous feelings? 6 of Wands. They were trying to flex. That's what they were trying to think. They were wanting you to Leo energy, big Leo energy. They could have Leo, Scorpio in their chart. They were mostly thinking about flexing. There is a lot of emotions here, but they were trying to lock that up and just make sure you knew they was hot. Okay, like, I'm in demand, I'm hot, I'm flexing. Do you see I worked out? Like, I ain't the pudgy one anymore, or I'm not the one who, whatever was the change that they wanted. So whatever is a cool personality for their opinion, that's how they were trying to flex and say, I'm not the way I was. Yeah, so they could have come off a little arrogant, they could have come off a little bit tough, or at least in their head, like they might have literally had their head in the air a little bit. That's kind of what they were thinking. At the same time, they're riding a seahorse. So yeah, I would say they do have sensitive, protective feelings. For some of you, they do care about the fact that you have a child, if that applies. They kind of feel like they could be, like if you're single, like a single parent, they feel like they could be like a step parent, like in theory, but instead of just being sensitive about that and talking about that and starting that path, it's more just like flexing, you know. So maybe you guys just don't have that communication style connected yet, that they feel they can talk about it. So they talk about sensitive subjects like around the matter, and then try to show you like how macho they are and that they could be a good provider kind of vibe, or you know, and like I'm very in demand, obviously I'm fertile, so sexy, like, you know, great with kids kind of vibe. So they were really feeling more of that and thinking of that versus anything very romantic. They were thinking about reconnecting, but it was like, oh yeah, finally my chance to flex. So things that you should be aware of: disillusionment, the problem. Yeah, so the thing, they just got called out, and Tarot said, look, you need to know they ain't flexing that hard. Okay, that could have been their friend's car. They could have just, you just happened to catch them on a day they was looking real good. Okay, because this person's sticking their head through a pop-up of a knight in shining armor, and she peeking around like, huh? Oh my god, 69. So they're like, be careful. You know what it's like is when you, like, someone has one really good profile pic and it looks so good, but it don't look anything like them, and but that's the image that they want you to have, and then you never connect with anything else real about them, and then you see them in person and you're like, that is not you. You use some little Photoshop and all this. So it's like their energy was a little Photoshop that day. Okay, they might have been a one out of a lifetime energy that you saw them in. Maybe they don't usually act like that, talk like that, walk like that, but they really put it on for you because they wanted you to just be like, wow, yes, this is the one. Like, oh, either what did I miss out on, or I should think about revisiting this relationship with this person. And so you guys could be the Leo too. So you're looking around at like, really though? There could be some Libras too, definitely. All right, so the advice here is this card. And it says, look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. So I do think that you guys have deep feelings for each other, and like past life connections and soulmate connections. You guys might have known each other since you were very young, or what feels like being young, like high school or college or something of that nature. But yeah, I feel like there is either the potential to develop deep feelings if you're just meeting this person and this was like a, you know, one of your first meetings, or if this is, for a lot of you, it's a blast from the past. There is deep feelings there, but it's like you guys have to learn to see each other authentically, and not through like the profile pictures, not through, you know, chance meetings and like, you know, ooh, you saw them. Some of you, it's almost like they revved their car and took off, right? Like, ooh, look at me, look at me now. And then you're like, okay, you're gone. You're down the street now. Like, that was, what was the point of that? So it's like you have to, it says look deep within, and you guys do have the ability to have affection and love towards each other, but you have to really know who each other is now in order for that to happen. Okay, but your connection is always going to be super deep, super emotional, unless it's actively shut down by all this bravado. Okay, so let's see, how are you feeling when you have this connection, when you have this meet up or whatever? Mistake. So you was buying it. You said, okay, boo boo. We have 666 and 69 here. So you were like, relationship. You know how the old school cartoons, their eyes would turn into the cha-ching, like the money signs, but yours were like relationship signs. So you were thinking like, okay, I could bowl with this. Like, I could work with this. And you were feeling like, oh, it felt like a pretty pure-hearted connection for you. I mean, you might have peeped a little bit of showing off, but you felt like they take you to a very youthful, inner child place, but you felt a little stronger this time, a little able to see through them a little bit more, so you weren't just completely bedazzled, but you felt like this could be a good relationship connection. How are they feeling with this meeting? We have the 4. Their heart chakra was feeling pretty throbbing. Okay, the 4th chakra, the green dice here, they were feeling like boom 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 boom, 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 boom. But they just wanted to be stable. They wanted to be cool. They needed to show you that they were stable and responsible, and like they're just the one like that. They wanted to put out emperor vibes. They wanted to put out King of Wands vibes for you, and just make you feel like they had their shit in tow. Some of you, I was just seeing, they might be athletes, or they might even like play ball overseas. That just came to me. So for some of you that might apply, but they could be, some people are going to go study abroad, or they're traveling and doing like the upper courses of college, like they already have different degrees. Some of them could be entrepreneurs, just all different kinds of things. I see them like, I don't know, wow, I'm just getting all this like money coming in, business going good. So in some ways they're very youthful, and like they get pulled to the past like this, so they could have a water moon sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or in the 4th, 8th, or 12th house. But they wanted you to get the feeling of all the success and all of the stuff that they've achieved. So again, it was more them trying to put on the image for you, and also let you know what they've accomplished. But their heart chakra was definitely kind of pounding in their throat while you guys were having this kind of connection. All right. So that's what I see for you. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll talk to you again on another one. All right, for those of you that chose number 8, we have the white die, the 6, and the 1. How did this person feel the last time they saw you? Okay, what door did they open within them? We have the Magician reverse. They open themselves to scandal. Some of you, this connection could be a little bit scandalous. Maybe their friends told them, don't do it again. Don't you do it again. Maybe your friends don't like them, or something happened, or, you know, your mama, their mama, somebody. So they could have been like, I know I shouldn't, but I'm about to holler. I'm about to walk by right now. And that, like, some of you just got like, it was at like a restaurant, and this person walked by. This person might have walked by you more times than you realized they did. Because they were like, oh, you're gonna see me, we're gonna have this connection, like I'm not just gonna, no, this is gonna happen. Some of them have Venus and Leo. There could also be some Geminis and Virgos. Yeah, so they opened up, you know, letting letting the games begin, basically, in order to connect with you. What door did they close? The Wheel of Fortune. So this reminds me of like when you play that knife game where you try not to stab your fingers, right? But I don't know why it's weird, because they open up to let the games begin, but they close down taking a gamble. So they wanted to be in control. All right, they wanted to be the game master in this situation. They might have made the first move. They might have showed up where you were. They might have decided to walk by, or as soon as they saw you, they were like, oh no, you ain't gonna get the best of me, Q Maya. All right, they were like, I'm gonna win this game. Checkmates. Okay, you're not gonna make me lose a finger again. Everybody's not gonna hear about this on the tube. So did they have any amorous feelings? We have the 10 of Pentacles reverse. I don't really see amorous feelings. They could have been thinking about all that was lost. Some of you were together for a very long time. There could be cultural differences, family differences, and that could be, yeah, there could definitely, some of you are from different, way different backgrounds. They might have even put on a different way of speaking to you. Yeah, and close down their original way of speaking or being, like how they are with their family, their friends, their culture, in order to communicate with you. You might not even, this is so weird, but you might not even really know how this person is, like with their own culture, with their own, I mean, it makes sense, right? It's code switching. Okay, this person, yeah, they didn't really have so much amorous feelings, but they did have this sense of loss of like all of the history you guys had together, or all of the longevity that you had together. And on this card, actually, there are people of 2 different races on there, so that can make sense. Yeah, some of you, maybe you were divorced, or you had just been to, you know, through school together, and everyone always thought you would get together, or there's just been, it could have been like 10 years since you've seen this person. We have 10 and 10 and 1. It could have been 1 year. Those numbers could be significant for some reason. Okay, so what is the thing that you need to be aware of? The problem suit, we have fantasy. So you both just sit there and daydream about each other in some ways, but the way that you see each other isn't the way that you are. Yeah. And one of you, for some of you, there was a third party situation and the other person went off and got engaged or something. And so they could have been thinking about maybe that they left, maybe they were the one who went and got someone else and it never worked out. And so they were just thinking like they were kind of embarrassed because they might have cheated on you or broke up with you and went and got engaged or married or had kids and that situation didn't work out. Or it was the other way around. Maybe you left them and they were thinking about that, but you were in a position where your relationship isn't working out. And so the advice here to be aware, or what to be aware of, is the fact that you guys don't really see each other clearly. A lot of you are still stuck on these past decisions, and some of you weren't even in a relationship with this person, but it was like you had the opportunity to, and the energy was there, but you guys end up choosing other people, or one of you did. And then so it's like whoever did that, the other one isn't done thinking about that. Like you're still envisioning them, even if they're not with that person anymore, you're still envisioning like the love they had and what went on, and just like always seeing each other with somebody else kind of vibe. So the advice here: the past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is available to you. Follow it in faith. So the advice is to let this situation go. If this is a person from the past, if this is a new person, you're really bringing your past stuff into this connection, or they could definitely be the one bringing it in. It could be that, Usher, you remind me, right, of someone I once knew. This is why I just can't get with you. You really need to check, because they could be very stuck on their ex. So how are you feeling when you saw this person? 1. So you were feeling pretty singleton. You were feeling pretty, you know, okay, you probably peeped the game and knew something was a little off or something, or just felt like you guys had enough distance that you were feeling like your own person while you were connecting to them. It might have been a little strange, like you felt a bit like strangers connecting with them, but I think you were open, but you were just going to protect your own energy, and you were going to see what unfolded. You weren't going to just run and merge with them and, you know, confess love or anything. Okay, and a little bit more insight about how they were feeling when you guys had this meeting. 6. So they were in relationship energy. They were definitely thinking about either, I just heard collabing, so it could even be just collabing. Some of you did used to work together or go to school together. They could they seem to collaborate with people a lot and like want to keep in touch. Yeah, they could be a Sagittarius. They could be like, Sagittarians always want to stay connected to people. Geminis too, Libras, where it's like, okay, but I'm friends with all my exes or all my misconnections. Like, you never know, I could be in your town sometime. I can Airbnb your place, or you never know, we might work on a project together. So for some of you, it was like staying connected for partnership, but it wasn't exactly romantic. It was more just like, you never know when we can partner up on something in life. And maybe if it wasn't romantic, there's another way we're supposed to partner up. And some people did still have romantic feelings, but it's kind of like romantic partnership feelings for the past, like when someone's gotten away from you and you don't want to feel like that was a loss. Okay. And for a very limited few, it would be that they still kind of carry a flame. But with the rest of the reading, for most of you, it's like, you know, the past is behind, and it's kind of still being in love with the past versions of yourselves and not who you currently are. Okay. So that is what I see for you, number 8. Please let me know how y'all like this video, the short reads, a little fun topic, video reply, shout out. We didn't end up getting a video out today. This is Friday, because I recorded an awesome video and that there was no audio, and I didn't know, and it was already uploaded into YouTube, and I had been editing it on mute because baby. And when I finally listened after the live, I was like, okay, y'all, I'm gonna go post this. There was no sound. I said, huh? And so I came to finish this video, which I already did the first portion for this morning, and this is going to go out late night for the Friday video, although it might technically be uploaded on Saturday. So I hope y'all like this, and if you're watching this years later, I still hope it was helpful. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll talk to you on another one. Bye.